Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are here at Patch the Way. My name is Vicki Milad, and I'll be your guest speaker. My husband will be on a little bit later, but we're going to talk about some amazing products, our amazing technology, and some issues that arise in our everyday lives that make you think of a different solution, a natural solution for your body and for many others. So, this is light activated technology. Your body responds, and it's natural light. It's not like you need a source of light because we are the source of light. That is our body's light that is activating this technology. So, I also wanted to start first because if I say any kind of conditions on here or anything like that, we are not treating, diagnosing, curing, or preventing any diseases. If you have any medical conditions, you're pregnant or nursing, or you want to start on this technology, please see your healthcare provider first before starting it. That's what I like to say. I'm not saying that this technology cures anything, but if I had something going on and I used a technology and it helped me, so there you go. I'm not saying it healed me, but it works. So let's go on. So we have an issue in our country, and I don't know about other countries because I've never lived in another country, but we are entirely over medicated and over vaccinated. And the thing with medications is that that is necessary for some kind of condition that you have in your body. And I'm thankful for prescription medications because it helps many people. But the thing with a prescription medication is you're not necessarily supposed to be on it for the rest of your life. If you have an issue or a symptom, something that arises, you can work with a functional health doctor that can help you in a more natural way instead of taking prescription pain medication. Or it could be blood pressure medication. I know blood pressure issues, that's iffy, sugar issues, diabetes, all of that stuff. I'm not saying that this is a cure for it, but I do know that this helps the body. So why does it matter? Big pharma profits from it. Everybody's got their hand in the dipping jar. So everybody's getting a piece of the pie. So they're selling more drugs and vaccines, which is more money for the pharmaceutical companies. The crazy thing about that is that they do data manipulation. And on the board of these big pharma companies, they have people that are actually in the medical field that are in these companies, and they are on the board for the FDA. Did you know that? That was mind blowing to me when I found that out. And I'm like, wow, no wonder they push for that because they manipulate the studies so that big pharma can distort the science and downplay the risks. I'll just share a really quick testimonial. My son got vaccinated when he was in fifth grade, and 3 days later he started to have seizures, and he has not been vaccinated since then. And he has not had seizures since then. So if you can put two and two together, I say, there you go. Okay. And then another thing is, these are just quick fixes for medication. It does help you. Another thing I'd like to share is that my son was on 8 different medications when he got out of the hospital. And now he is on zero medications because, like I said, prescription medications are not necessarily always for the rest of your life, depending on your condition. I'm not a healthcare professional, but I do know that there's a more natural way. And, it's the thing is that they're always pushing medication to treat the symptoms instead of addressing the underlying problems. And, what helps is having a functional health doctor, some kind of holistic doctor that can actually help you to try to figure out the root cause of your problem, because then you wouldn't need any medication, which is amazing. Vested interests in medication, conflict of interest for politicians, health agencies, and the media. And how many commercials do you see for prescription drugs these days? It's crazy. I mean, they have all kinds of different medications, and if you listen to the side effects of it, I mean, it's just crazy because sometimes I hear, oh, and it may cause death. Well, if someone is dead, I don't think they're going to be able to say that the medication did that. So, and that's the whole thing. Like, you always should always read the side effects of the medication. I know because I never used to do that before, but every medication actually has a side effect, and you always want to make sure before you put something in your body, Am I going to have this reaction? And if you do, at least you know where it's coming from. So it's time to ask questions and think for yourself. We are our own best health advocate. And you know what your body needs. So if you have an issue, and I always like to share this because when I was going through my issues, my health issues, and I had 3 kids, so I had a lot going on. These doctors would push antidepressants on me, and I would tell them, I'm not depressed. But they kept pushing it on me. And the problem with that is that you walk around like a zombie. Literally, I was walking around like a zombie, and it was horrible. And finally, I was just like, that's enough. I can't do this. I can't even think clearly. So that's my experience with medication. And that's the reason why I say there's always a more natural way that you can help your body. And this is the more natural way. So sun and light therapy, these days it's the big hoopla. So you got red light therapy, you have all these, these beds that they have, saunas, they're all great for you. So why is sun and light therapy necessary for your body, for health and wellness? It's for vitamin D production. Sunlight helps your body naturally produce essential vitamin D. When we go out into the sun, our body automatically knows what to do. So it produces that vitamin D for us, right? And I love it because, it's a natural method. Supports body clock and rhythm, so it helps with your circadian rhythm. Healthy light exposure can support sleep, mood, and energy. And I don't know about you, but when I go out into the sun, like today, I was out earlier, it was beautiful. We were walking the dogs. The sunlight just gives you that boost of energy. I don't know about you, but that's what it does for me. I love it. You get to ground yourself, you get to look around at God's creation, and just take it all in. It also helps with serotonin and nitric oxide release. So sun exposure is linked to mood balance and circulation. So we like to have things circulating in our body, right? Because we need that. We need the energy circulating, the mitochondria going. Mood balance. I don't know about you, but I love the mood balance because when I went out in the sun, it made me happier. And that's why it's really good for your serotonin. So get out in the sunlight if you can. Red light supports cells. So phototherapy, red light therapy, infrared light is being explored for recovery and vitality. And we know that a lot of people are using these red light therapy beds or whatever modalities for healing, and circulation. And it's huge. It's the big thing now. So if you say red light therapy to someone, of course, they're going to know what you're talking about. And it's simple, natural approach. So light, movement, and rest can support how you feel every day. And every day I get up and I put my patches on. I do my stretching and do my workout. And you do different things. I have certain drinks that I drink during the day, some in the evening, but it's a process, right? It's like a routine that I have. So harness the power of light and support your wellness naturally. And that's why sun and light therapy is beneficial. So red light and phototherapy are natural ways to support energy and healing, like I was saying. It supports cell energy and recovery. So after I had surgery, using the red light therapy is very beneficial because it helps it heal. So it doesn't just get to the surface, it goes under the surface. So that's why light, it just penetrates through those layers of skin. And light boosts the mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of each cell. So we want that ATP to be working in our bodies, right? That's the energy that we need. And we need energy to do anything these days, right? To get out of bed, to take a shower, to get dressed, to make your breakfast. We need energy for all of that. So we need to make sure that our mitochondria is functioning properly. It's gentle and non-invasive, so light can support natural processes in the body, like I was saying. It is very beneficial to actually use this because it's not just red light therapy. I like to call it peptide light therapy. So it activates those peptides in our body. So that's why it's very, very beneficial as well. Positive effects of light may support mood balance and circulation. Like I was saying, it's always great to get out in the sun, makes you happy. Emerging research, so red and near infrared light are areas of growing interest. And what if light can turn your energy on, right? So that's the whole thing. Like sometimes, obviously, whatever age you're at, you wake up, you feel a certain kind of way. And if I can put this little patch on, of course I have patches on, but you can't really see it. If I can put this patch on and it helps my body to function properly and to give me more energy throughout the day, sign me up. And what makes LifeWave unique? So, what I like to always discuss is that, okay, there's a lot of different things out there on the market for health and wellness. I know that there are many patches out there, but only one that can activate your own GHK. So, that's what I love. We have a very unique product, and we have, amazing products that are continuing coming out along these next couple of years. So another thing I like to share is we are also unique because we won the Biotech Breakthrough Award last year for stem cell innovation with our X39 and our Cellularize Morning. These two together have won that award for our company. So if you don't know anything about Cellularize Morning and X39, get back to the person that invited you here and they can share more information with you. This is also non-invasive and chemical-free. So it's a phototherapy patch, which means nothing goes into your bloodstream. There's no chemicals or stimulants, no drugs, and it actually works with your body's own processes. So that's what I love. Phototherapy is gaining popularity, harnessing light to support the body's emerging area of interest and wellness. So if I have a certain area in my body that I'm focusing on, I can place the patches in that area. So what if energy and wellness could start from within? And it actually does start from within, because if I don't have the energy to go throughout the day, like where does it come from? Can go out into the sunlight. Maybe it'll give me more energy, make me happier, but definitely light is the way to go. So natural versus synthetic peptides, and obviously endogenous is the way to go. So endogenous means it's what's already in your body. So we have these natural peptides that are already there. And what we're doing is just placing a patch on the body and the light switches get turned on so that the peptide can be activated, right? It's generated by light, supported through activity, involved in body's rhythm, nourished through lifestyle. So, it's perfectly matching, self-regulating, optimal balance, and supported by nutrition. So we have to do our part, right? Every day you got to do your part. Nobody's going to do that for you. You got to drink your water. You got to exercise. You got to stretch. You got to eat your good food. You got to get a good night's sleep, right? Nobody's going to do that for you. You have to do your part. And then this is versus synthetic peptides. Now, the thing with that is that that's the big rave, right? Is like those, what are they called? IV clinics or drips, drip places. People go in and get those IVs all the time. And the sad part is that some people have a reaction because it's not the synthetic kind. And they always have something else mixed in there. It's not like just straight glutathione or whatever peptide they're getting injected. There's long-term science, often limited with those peptides, typically requires injections, like I was saying, commonly linked to side effects, right? Can be more costly, obviously, because you're going to waste your money if it's not going to be beneficial for your body. And it's an uncertain dosage. So, when you go in there, you just have the IV bag, they drip it in there, and then you get the whole bag. Everybody gets the same dosage, I guess. I don't know. But are natural peptides always worth considering? And I say yes, because instead of putting something foreign that's not my body, I don't know how I'm going to react to it. I would rather use a technology that's going to activate what's already there, because I know it's going to be more safe for me and my family. And red light therapy, like I was saying. So uses for red light therapy are really, really on the market. It boosts cell energy and circulation. It helps with healing for, like, if you have any kind of injury or surgery. I know that I loved it because it reaches your tissues. It doesn't just get the skin, but it goes deep into the tissues, and it helps with skin repair. So exploring regenerative and rejuvenating potential. Another thing I always like to share is that our X39 helps with skin remodeling. So I've had a few surgeries over the past couple of years, and my scars are amazing. I was looking at the scars on my foot from August, and you can hardly see the scars. And I'm amazed, because I can't wait to share the before and after pictures. It's just amazing. So, what could light based support do? And let's talk about that. So light fuels your mitochondria, right? And your mitochondria is just the powerhouse of your cells all throughout your body. We have that all throughout our body. So if light fuels your mitochondria, why not use something that's going to fuel it, right? It's like putting gas in your car. If you know what kind of gas you need, you go, you get the gas, and then you can go as long as you need to, right? But without gas in your car, you're not going to go anywhere. So I say put the patch on, help your mitochondria, and turn that switch on. Managing light helps your metabolic process. Light signals the mitochondria before your first calorie of the day. So could better light set a foundation for health? Yes. And I feel like if people were just, searching, they're looking for something more natural, sometimes people don't know these things. And I feel like it's our job and our duty to share this amazing technology. Share what you know. It's not for us to keep it a secret, but we have to share it with the world because you never know. This could change someone's life. I know it did mine. And then let's talk about David Schmidt. He is our CEO and inventor of LifeWave, all this amazing technology, and of X39. So I love X39. All the patches are amazing, but this patch is like, there is nothing like it on the market. Like I said, there were patches out there that claim to do different things. First, they're not non-transdermal, which our patch is non-transdermal. And they may put something into your bloodstream, which means it's going to transfer some kind of chemical or medication into your system in order for that to work. Ours does not do that. So we have this unique technology. And David Schmidt, he is the scientist, inventor, and entrepreneur. He has over 201 patents now, improving wellness. Research focus on reversing science. And I love that because that's what this X39 is amazing for, that age reversal process, right? To regenerate our cells that are already in our body. So we put the patch on our body, we activate the GHKCU, we drink our cellular dyes morning, which is going to help that regeneration of the cells. And you go about your day, right? That's why David created all of this. So recent patent took 10 years with over 4 million invested, and that's when our X39 patch was born. So what if light sets the foundation for health? And I really do believe that there's a trick to this. So there's something to this light thing. I know it's helped me and many others. Every time I patch someone, I'm just amazed at how quickly they have a response. So at this time, I'm going to turn this over to my husband, Pastor Ed, and he's going to finish the rest.
Vicky, you did such a great job. I think you should just take over and do the whole thing, but I know we not gonna put that stress
Thank,
on you, so I'll finish with the rest of the
thanks, honey.
presentation. You did such a great job. I really appreciate it. And
Thank you.
when we are really take wanting to take care of our bodies, nobody else can do that for you. Like Vicky said, you have to exercise, you have to drink your water, you have to eat good nutrients, you have to get good sleep. It's all part of pillars and cornerstones for our life. Nobody can live for you. I want you to think about that. Nobody can live for you. You're the only one that can live for yourself. And so what you do with the body, I always say this at my church. God has given us life, right? And it's beautiful. I love living. What you do with your life is a gift back to Him. See, our bodies is the temple of the Holy Spirit. We need to really take care of this body. So, having a technology that can help us to take care of the body is invaluable. So, what are you looking to join? And before you join, what are you looking to do? Right? I'm going to talk about some of the things that we have. We have unique products. We have real incredible innovations. And what Vicky was saying earlier, there's more products coming on the market that are just going to blow your mind. Even the documentary that is coming on in a couple of weeks is going to be amazing. It's going to be televised and put in all these different social medias that we're going to be very impactful. Over, I believe, 350 million people potentiality to watch this documentary. It's going to be incredible. We have a broad appeal for a lot of different people all over the world, and we have a proven record of 20 years plus right now that we've been in business. So we're not just a flying by company. We're an amazing company. We have a strong field leadership and corporate leadership, right? We with David at the helm. Most companies, most people that are really interested in getting into this type of business, they're interested to see if the people behind it can stand, the people behind them can do the work that they're promising to do. And we have that. We're a scalable system that we can grow as much as you want to grow, and an incredible future that God has given us through David and the corporate team. So build with purpose, build with clarity. And we've given that purpose, just like God has given us purpose in our life. Now we can help other people find that purpose in their own life. And what a great vehicle to do it with. The different approach Vicky was sharing with it. We have no drugs. We have no chemicals. No stimulants are going into the body. I mean, for the most part, in the west side of the hemisphere of this beautiful world that we live in, all we know is about drugs, chemicals, stimulants. We don't know what the people in the East do with meditation and just different teas and nutritions that can help our body. And so now we have the best of both sides of the world, right? We can work with your body, not against it. And again, there's not intended to diagnose, like Vicky said, treat or cure any disease that we're talking about right now. So I want us to be clear about that. We're showing you simply a health and wellness vehicle that you can do for your body and for those that you love around you. Very important to know that, because as we take care of the body that we have and other people, our children, our family, our loved ones, they can live longer, they can live healthy. So what is it that if I can live 120 years old, but I'm going to be sick in the body? What good is that? So what David and his vision is to help the world so that we can live long, but then we can live young, we can live more effectively, we can be able to produce and provide for the world all the knowledge that we have God has given us, right? So that's what I love about the difference with us. Now, here, I'm going to show you a couple of slides. And again, some of you guys are going to receive this in a form of the PDF that you can share with people. I love the slides because it shows you how your body really reacts and works with peptides, right? Number one, what is the protein intake? See, protein enters your body and it goes through digestion. Again, I'm not a biologist or a doctor, but this is just simply doing a search, and you can find this information anywhere. It goes through the digestion, broken into amino acids. The amino acids are then absorbed into the bloodstreams. Then it goes to a peptide formation that builds into the peptide, and then cellular signaling tells the body where to go. And then ultimately to support all the natural process that your body does. That is how incredible peptides support your natural well-being. It repairs, it communicates, it helps you metabolism and also your health and wellness. So your body's already designed to communicate and adapt to this. I want you to understand that our bodies are used to this because our bodies were designed and formed by God to do this. And so what basically we're doing is we're taking that information that God has given in our bodies and running with it and operating. So there's no, wait a minute, there's no side effects over here. There's no problems with using this technology that we're telling you about. Why? Because it's all natural. And you may hear that all over the place. You may say, I've heard that it's all natural, all holistic, but it can't get any more natural than this because it is your body doing the work that it is intended to do. So what disrupts the production of peptides? This is something that we really not want to know as well. What blocks the natural repair process of this? And we can be our best, like Vicky said, our best health advocate, and we can be our worst enemies. And this is what we can do with poor nutrition, right? The nutrition deficiencies, because we're not giving the body, and by all that we could do, I'm talking to maybe about 30, 40, 50 years ago, the nutrition and the nutrients that were in our body were so much better than they are today. That's why we need supplementing, right? And we can have gut dysfunctions with impaired digestion and leaky gut and all these things, which I'm so very familiar with. I was diagnosed with so many things that I'm not even going to care to tell you about, but you know, I always had issues with my digestion, with my gut. And just thank God that, and I'm not saying that this technology cured me. I'm just saying that it gave my body the chance that it needed. I want you to understand that. Number three, blood sugar intake, with energy disruptions. Everything that when we were younger, we didn't care about what we ate and what we drank. We didn't care that we pour a half a pound of sugar into our tea or our lemonade or our our soft drinks. We didn't care about that. But as you get older, you start caring. Why? Because your body starts saying, you know what? You should have taken care of that body when you had it, right? And chronic stress. This is a big killer. With stress, you can get stressed with anything. You can get stressed with your loved one, with your children. You can get stressed with work. You can get stressed with sound. We have one of our children, or one of our twins, that gets disrupted with a loud sound. So whenever we're working together, we make sure that he's got good, things that would muffle his ears, and we put walls to be able to divide him from the rest of the world so that he can work properly. All that is stress. And so what we need to do is we need to try to minimize that stress, right? And ultimately, the toxin buildups that we have in our body. That with cellular interference, which is the worst with the 5G, and I've heard that, 7 is going back to 10G, which is coming out probably within a couple years. So if 5G does this much damage to our body, imagine what any other type of technology that is coming up. So the peptides support our natural body functions. It slowed down repairs, the hormones are imbalanced, fatigue and inflammation is caused by the disruption of the peptide. And also, your body's already designed to communicate and adapt, like I said before. The disruption can lead to this slow repair, hormone imbalance, fatigue, just repeating the fatigue and inflammation. So, how do you support the production, and how do you boost your natural repair system in your body? By one, having a good nutrition and protein intake, right? Foods that have high nutrients, high proteins, such as grass-fed and wild-caught at fish. Those are all really good things to do. And then you may say, well, that costs a lot of money. You know what? We may think about, like, when I know when Vicky goes to shop at the supermarket, she has an option. You can buy the fatty meat, or you can buy the nice lean meat. And guess what she always buys? A very lean meat, And you may say, well, it doesn't have any flavor. It doesn't matter. It's good for your body, and your body starts getting used to it. Get a little hot sauce, and that a little pepper, something like that that will make the food taste better. So you can take the good proteins, digestion health, you break down proteins properly so you can balance that gut. So I'm giving you these ideas, and I hope that you can take them and you can realize that that your body is designed for that. We have mineral balances, and we don't have many minerals and multivitamins in our food. So again, we must supplement to make sure that you get the right things, like what we're talking about, the Celergize daytime and evening formula that has the corrective minerals that your body needs. Also, natural light, Vicky was talking about, going out. And today was a beautiful day where you can enjoy the sun that's coming in our bodies to be able to repair our bodies the natural way. And that is all that we're talking about. And make sure that you get a proper sleep. So how do you support the system? You support cellular repair, you promote hormone balances, increase energy, and enhance your wellness. So give your body what it needs to repair and to thrive. And de-stress, find relaxation. And I know this picture is of somebody doing a meditation. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it with your hands like this. You can also cross your hands and fold your arms in prayer. That's a form of meditation that we do every day. And that really relaxes your mind, relaxes your body, and is able for your body to repair itself. So in this slide here, I'm going to try to explain what GHKCU does. As you can see here, the first part here says amino acid and copper. Amino acids and trace copper absorbed from the food, right? And what it does, the synthesis of it, the body combines amino acids and copper to form GHKCU. Then the cellular function absorbs it, and the peptide gets absorbed into the cell. And ultimately, here you see cellular activation with GHKCU peptide activated by cellular processes. Now, what are the benefits? You boost your collagen production in your body. You improve. This is what GHKCU does. This is just a very short list. If you Google GHKCU, I know there's a website that we have that's available as public that you can see all the benefits of GHKCU. It'll totally amaze you. It's also a book written by Lauren Picard that you can pick up in Amazon that talks about all the benefits of GHKCU, improves wound healing, promotes hair growth, improves skin care, provides antioxidant protection. So X39 patches. Now, I'm talking about GHKCU. Now, I'm going to turn and say what GHKCU with our patches do have been proven to significantly increase the production of GHKCU. Now, that to me is amazing, where we can actually have gotten the peptide that is so important. It's like the fountain of youth, right? If you're looking for to live long and well, this is the way that you can get to it by allowing your body to repair itself from the inside out and the outside in. Now I'm almost done. I wanted to show you this slide. This is a beautiful slide also that we created that shows how phototherapy works, right? Look at this. In the natural, you have sunlight that promotes your body to create vitamin D. The light signal goes to the dermis of the skin, that's the outside of the skin, and you see those little Ds, they're vitamin Ds, right? Sunlight signals the skin to produce that vitamin in your body. The UV light from the sunlight reaches the dermis of the skin and triggers the natural production of vitamin D. This is so simple. For a long time, I used to know this process, but I didn't know how it happened. And I wanted to sound and be very educated, so I didn't want to come out and say what it was or ask anybody. So I did my homework to find out how it works, and it's totally amazing. It wasn't until almost 5 years ago, actually 5 years ago, that we started learning about the LifeWave phototherapy patches that do basically the same thing, right? And you look at it in here. Here's a patch with the infrared light, just like the light signals from the sun. It hits the dermis of the skin, and then what the light does, it bounces back and it creates all different biological effects and characteristics in our body, right? So LifeWave patches signal the skin to form a repair peptide, whatever peptide it's looking to do. And of course, our different patches, starting with GHKC, with the X39 and the production of GHKCU, what happens, LifeWave patches reflect the infrared light that is absorbed by the skin. It triggers the body's natural process of combining amino acids and different chains. Another word for peptide is amino acid. Okay. So you've heard of amino acids in our body. That's what peptides do. This is an awesome, awesome little sheet that you can print out and show to somebody because our product, guys, is so unique that nobody has it. Nobody can understand. It's so easy to take a pill, take a shot, not liquor, but like intravenous, or put lotion on our body. Those have been for so many years. There's so many companies doing that, right? We're doing something different. And that is what's amazing about this. I want to thank you guys. I want to pray to the Lord that will bless you and your families. Now, if this message has really touched you, I ask you to even comment or tell us what you like best about this presentation. You also can share this presentation with anybody that you are sharing the technology with, because I pray that I hope and that Vicky and I's presentations has helped you so that you can really take on your and take on yourself what you can possibly do with your own body and how you can possibly help your own body. So until next time, guys, I'll stay here on the call for a little bit to if you guys have any questions, but we'll stop the recording. Walk in faith and live in wellness at patchtheway.com. We are a company, we are a network of people. Here was our the picture that we took of ourselves in Anaheim last year. This is where our social media is where you can find us, share the light, and that's the way that we like to share all that God has given us. God has given us to us freely. And even the Bible tells us that freely you've been given, so freely you receive, so we can freely give to you. And God bless you guys. If you have any questions, you can go to our patchtheway.com website. The code is light, lowercase letters. And you can find us at youtube.com at patchtheway, where we have all these videos that we're sharing with you. And I hope and pray that you enjoy our presentation. And we thank you and tell you God bless you. And Vicky, do you have any last words before we end?
If you haven't gotten started, I suggest you start today. So get back to who invited you to the Zoom and have a blessed night.
All right. God bless you guys. Good night and take care.